With NaNoWriMo just around the corner, everybody is going to be looking for ways to make every second of their writing time count, to be able to write more in less time and also to be able to fit in more writing sessions. So I thought it might be handy for you guys to hear my top 5 tips to build up those writing muscles and improve your writing endurance. Hola amigos, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is lovely to see you. My name is Emma Bennet and I write contemporary romance and children's picture books. Today I have got 5 tips to help you improve your writing endurance. We all want to be able to write more and to be able to write for longer, but we need to build up those writing muscles just like a runner needs to build up his or her muscles. A runner can't just get up one morning and go and run a marathon successfully, and it's the same for a writer. If you are used to just writing very sporadically or not writing very much in one go, you're going to need to build up those writing muscles so that you can have a much higher output. Most writers write because they absolutely love to write, and that's brilliant. But at some point in most writers' careers, there is going to come a point where you need to be able to write more. Maybe you've got a deadline or you just don't have as many free days as you did before, so you need to be able to fit more writing into less time. And this is where these tips come in very, very handy. So my first tip is that to be able to write more and to be able to write more often, you need to practice. So if you are used to only writing 300 words in a go, there's no point to you trying to write 3,000 words in one go. So what you need to do is to build up to it. You need to set yourself small targets. So you can either do this by gradually increasing your word count or by gradually increasing the amount of time that you spend on each writing session, or even the amount of writing sessions that you do. It's important to have realistic expectations. Ideally, a writer would write every day, but there will be days when you just can't do that, but as long as you try not to miss too many. My second tip is to warm up. You need to warm up before a writing session. So I like to read through my previous day's writing so that I make sure that I'm right back inside the story that I was working on when I start my next writing session. Some people like to use some writing prompts and just do a little bit of writing about something completely different. Others like to do some writing exercises. It's really finding whatever works for you. You also need to have at least a rough plan of what you are going to do in your writing session. Now, don't worry, pantsters, okay? I'm not saying that you have to plan out a whole novel here, but it is important that you have an idea of what you're actually going to write. It's really, really hard to just sit down in front of a blank piece of paper or a blank computer screen and start writing. You need to know what you're going to do. Are you going to be writing down something that you dreamt about? Are you going to be starting a new project? Are you going to be starting a new scene? Are you going to be continuing a scene that you were writing the day before? And where are those pieces of writing going to take you? Tip number 3 is to experiment and work out when and where you work best. Some people work best in the morning, some in the afternoons, some in the evenings. Personally, I cannot get anything done if I'm hungry. So the main thing for me is that I get plenty to eat. Do you write better in small chunks or in long stretches? I find that depends with me. It depends how engrossed I am in what I'm writing. If I'm really in the zone, then I will happily just keep writing for a couple of hours. But if I'm on the struggle bus, then I will use the Pomodoro method. So I will write for 25 minutes and have a 5 minutes break. Do you like to have music on while you write, or do you like complete silence? Do you actually write more when you're out of the house, in a coffee shop or a library, or just somewhere completely different? Is there a particular room in the house that you like to write in, a particular chair? Experiment with all these things until you work out what's best for you and what helps you to be most productive with your writing. Tip number 4 is that as much as we would all love to just write when we are feeling deeply inspired and we're in the zone, I'm afraid it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes we have to write when we don't want to, and we have to force ourselves to write. There's a wonderful quote about Stephen King, which I have here. He says, "Don't wait for the muse. As I've said, he's a hard-headed guy who's not susceptible to a lot of creative fluttering. This isn't a Ouija board or the spirit world we're talking about here, but just another job, like laying pipe or driving long-haul trucks. Your job is to make sure the muse knows where you're going to be every day from 9 till noon or 7 till 3. If he does know, I assure you that sooner or later he'll start showing up. And that is from his book on writing a memoir of the craft, which I really, really recommend any writer to read. Making yourself write even when you don't feel like it or you don't want to is building up your writing muscles. We don't always have the luxury of having the perfect situation and the perfect time for us to write in, and sometimes we just have to make do. And my final tip is that it is absolutely essential that you take breaks. Yes, you want to be productive. Yes, you want to get all the words down. You want to win NaNoWriMo. But if you don't take breaks, then you're just going to end up burning out. There will be days when you don't write, and that's absolutely fine. It happens. Maybe you're not well. Maybe you've got a kid who's not well. Maybe it's somebody's birthday. Maybe it's Christmas. I never ever write on my birthday or at Christmas, although I know that some authors do. As long as you're not missing too many days in a row and you're making the most of the writing time that you do have, and you're not just making excuses, it'll all turn out fine. I want to wish everybody the absolute best of luck if you are doing NaNoWriMo. This is going to be my first year trying it. I have got a new project all lined up, and I'm going to be trying to write an entire 50,000 word first draft of a romance novel, so I could do with all the luck in the world. I have no idea how this is going to go at all. I have never attempted anything like this before, so yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm hoping to be putting in a few 5k days, which hopefully I will video. I might even be very brave and attempt a 10k day, but I don't think I've ever written more than about 2k a day before, so that really is going to be pushing it for me. So I will have to make use of all the tips which I have given you in this video. And thank you very, very much for joining me here today. It has been absolutely lovely. Make sure that you are subscribed if you would like to be. Like and comment and boop that notification bell so that YouTube lets you know when I have a new video available. And I will catch you in the next one.